And with our intro out of the way, the next 9 weeks of football can begin. Welcome everyone to the 2024 Global Trophy, the 20th annual Global Trophy, and we kick off as always with the European Preliminary League. I'm Masterath and I'm joined alongside
Sam Elliott 64, and yes, it is that time of the year again. It is November. Oh, last week it was November. It's December now, and Christmas is coming. It's probably cold outside. If it's not, then sorry about global warming. It's time for the Global Trophy, and as Chris said, you started off with the preliminary leagues.
Yep, so again, as always, 16 teams that are below the FIFA-ranked 16 highest, plus the 8 teams that made it through the European qualifiers last time round, get to battle it out for the final 8 spots in the European qualifiers next year. Next month, in fact, January 2024. And yeah, it's going to be a league format, one simple leg, battle it through, top 8 go through.
It's that easy, right? It's that easy. Unless you are our dud team, which is the lowest ranked team that made it into this segment. And in this case, our dud team is... well, we'll find out in a minute.
We'll get to that in a minute. Hang on. There we go. But also, speaking of duds, yeah, you qualify in 8th, but don't come 8th.
Oh yeah, of course. The dud team spot for the tournament itself in a few weeks' time. You don't want to come 8th. If you do come 8th, then you're in, but you're also out.
Yep, you're in, but you're pretty much out as well. Speaking
you're
of
the first
that,
of the losers.
Yeah, the first of the losers. Speaking of that, the team that, well, unfortunately, their actual team in the FIFA rankings aren't doing that well. So yeah, they haven't been able to really move any further. It's Armenia. They're our dud team.
No, Armenia are struggling a little bit. You know, the players like Henrik Mkhitaryan these days. Not the players they once were, and they've kind of slipped down the order a little bit and are now our dud team for this section.
Yep, and next up, barely making it through, I put them down as Luxembourg, I've just noticed. It's Luxembourg.
Yep, the little tiny country between, is it Belgium and Holland? I want to say it's the tiny little country between Belgium and Holland. I think they share a flag with Holland, I think. Or the Netherlands, sorry, I should say.
Yeah, they're close on that, yeah, when it comes to flags, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a tiny little strip of land between Belgium and Holland, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for them. I've got a feeling they're probably going to come quite low down.
Yep, and next up, they've got another bite of the cherry here. It's Georgia.
Oh, Georgia are always a weird team in the preliminaries, aren't they? They tend to do okay, but not amazingly. Yeah, let's see how they get on.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes they qualify, sometimes they don't, and they've gotten close on a couple of occasions before.
They have indeed.
But yeah, we haven't seen Georgia in a Global Trophy finals or in the the qualifiers for a while at this point.
Nope.
Next up, a team we've seen in both quite a lot is Bulgaria.
Bulgaria have finished really high in the Global Trophy before as well. I think, are they finalists in the past?
I believe they finished 3rd.
Okay, so top 4. So semi-finalists. That's still really good. It's still really good. So Bulgaria are probably going to be one of the favourites to go through here.
Yep, so they should be certainly one of the teams that should do well here. Next up, I've spelt those buggers wrong as well. I've noticed in my Excel spreadsheet. Israel, bro. It's real.
It's real.
You've seen that as well. Israel,
yeah,
bro.
That's so good. Oh dear. Well, Israel.
Joke machine. Luxembourg, and now Israel, bro. We're coming back with more crap gags. Global Trophy 2024. Subscribe. This
is what you watch this video for, right? Israel. I find Israel really weird because the country is situated in the Middle East, right? And for some reason they play their football in Europe. Riddle me that.
Yeah, I mean it is a bit of a strange one on that. I mean, then we've also got teams like Turkey.
True. As
well in there, and hell, there's even there's even talks about You know, like, for example, Russia's current embargo of them joining the Asian leagues.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know, it's bloody nuts. Speaking of nuts, we're going to have to get into probably one of the biggest things that people know about when it comes to the preliminary leagues now, with our fake teams that didn't exist when this game came out in 2001. Montenegro.
Wasn't a country, was it, in 2001?
Nope, it was alongside Serbia, which was part of Yugoslavia at that point. So, yeah. So obviously Montenegro are not in this game. So how we essentially have them in the game, because before we wouldn't just have them in the game, we'd just skip them, you know. But, you know, really, I think that any of the teams deserve to be in the Global Trophy as long as we can find a way round to put them in. And unfortunately, we still don't know how to mod this bloody game. So instead, what we do essentially is we pick the team that is the FIFA rank lower than them, that's not in the tournament. They will be represented by that team. And this time, it is a European team. It is Europe. It's Belarus.
Yes, the Russian puppet state of Belarus currently, I believe, because I think the current president is one of Putin's... well, I think Putin put him in charge, basically, so... Fun! Politics, am I right?
Yeah, well, of course we had to kick off with the European bloody preliminary league, didn't we?
Yep.
Alright, next up. I believe this team was last year's dud. I think North Macedonia.
North Macedonia, they've been a real thorn in team side in the real world in recent years, haven't they? I think they beat Italy to stop them from going to the World Cup.
Yeah, but then we've buggered them this year.
It's true. I think England are really good. England are really good at the moment. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
It's just they give me hope.
Will they give us hope for in this game?
No, let's not get there yet. We've got a few weeks before we get to that stage. Come on now.
We certainly do. But speaking of England, Iceland.
Oh, God. Iceland have really slipped off the footballing radar in recent years, haven't they?
They certainly have. I mean, they're below some teams they should really be higher than. For a team that made it to, you know, the Russia World Cup and the Euros 2 years previously to that.
So I've watched a video on it. It was a great video by a guy called HITC7s. It was really good.
Yes. I've watched a fair amount of his stuff as well, yeah.
He's brilliant. He's so good at, like, explaining, like, general topics of the modern football. And a lot of it was just to do with, like, the way that their team... A lot of the players have aged since, you know, it was a good while ago now, but a lot of it was down to the Football FA and how things had happened with, you know, various players, let's say.
Yeah.
We can't really discuss.
let's say naughty demonetized stuff.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Bad, illegal, demonetized stuff. You know,
yeah.
I hope you appreciate the shout out. Can we have one as well? That'd be nice. Next up, let's go with, screw it, Albania.
Albania.
The European team that comes first.
Yes.
Alphabetically. There you go, there's one.
Yeah, Albania. It's Albania is also in that kind of weird Yugoslav state area of the world, and a lot of bad things happen around there, don't they, in Albania?
Well, that one Top Gear episode says anything.
Well, it's a very difficult place in the world politically, is Yugoslavia, well, the former Yugoslav countries, so let's move on.
Yeah. Next up, it's Ireland.
Not Ireland, it's Northern Ireland. The only British state, United Kingdom state, British state that isn't already in the Global Trophy qualifiers. So,
yep.
Let's see if they can join everyone else.
Yep, and one of the big ones that also probably hates England's guts at this point.
Probably.
Moving on. So let's go to the well, they're called Bosnia, but more like bottlers after last year. It's Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Last couple of years, actually, the last few years they start so well and just fall off really quickly. And you've got to say, well, they've got to stop that rot, haven't they?
Certainly do. They have consistently slipped in the last couple of years when it comes to qualification, when really you would expect for Bosnia-Herzegovina to really be in the top 32 of Europe, but they haven't been able to do it last couple of years. They've started out strong, but then fallen off quick.
I think the field is a lot weaker this year, so maybe they'll have a little bit more of a chance.
You never know. Next up, it is Slovenia.
Yep, Slovenia, I think in the last couple of years have qualified through this stage, but they do have to keep consistent. They have made it through to the Global Trophy finals in recent years as well.
Yep, they've been they have certainly been up there alongside Slovakia, but Slovakia also in this one as well. We'll get to them in a minute. So that's one rivalry we've got.
Yep.
We've also got Finland in this as well.
Yep, they're not finished, I promise. They are still here. But the other Scandi teams are all in there as well. Obviously, them and Iceland, although Iceland aren't Scandi, are they? Well, neither are Finland.
Yeah,
Finland don't see
Finland
themselves
aren't
as Scandi.
Scandinavian.
It's weird, isn't it? I don't know how it works. All their flags are similar. It's strange.
That's probably where the confusion comes in, I think, which is that they all have essentially they all have X's to the or crosses to the left.
Yep. So obviously I was doing the Faroe Islands.
Oh, no one remembers those. They didn't do anything incredibly important in the Global Trophy before.
If you know the law, you know the law.
Yeah, if you know law, you know law. And if you know law, you know law. Guess which law I was saying then? Bloody hell, the English language is annoying. Right, next up. Speaking of rivalries, we've got Slovakia and Slovenia. We'll get to Slovakia in a minute. But we've also got Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland in this.
Yep, the Irish generally do quite well in this. They tend to either be first, second, or third. They're pretty strong when it comes to the preliminary qualifiers, and I fully expect them to qualify this time.
Yep, but haven't made it to the Global Trophy finals in quite some time.
And they haven't.
In comparison to a team who have done it on a fair few occasions. They've got to be one of the favourites, I think, here to win the preliminaries. It's Greece.
Greece, of course, were in the Champion of Champions quarterfinals merely 18 months ago. It's crazy. Less than that, a year ago. And the fact is, the fact that they are here having to pre-qualify is stunning to me, but I'm sure they'll do fine.
Yeah, that's I guess the difference that's what pretty much 22 years makes between the release of this game and now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You got to remember that 3 years after this game was released, Greece won the Euros.
It's still nuts that they won that, isn't it?
Yeah. And last but not least, highest ranked team in the preliminaries, it's Slovakia.
Yep, their neighbours, the Czech Republic, have been kicking ass and taking names. Slovakia themselves, not so much. They've kind of struggled to escape the preliminary limbo, but maybe this year they'll be able to go on a decent run and qualify and hopefully escape from having to pre-qualify next year.
Yeah, we're kicking off immediately with our dud team, Armenia, as they're going to give Albania 3 points.
Now, of course, those who are familiar with the preliminaries will know how this works. Every team plays the dud team once, and they all will get a 3-0 bye victory. This can be very good depending on when you get it. If you get it at the start, like Albania are, that's a good start. You kick off with a little bit of momentum.
Oh, God.
If you're... Oh, God, not him again. Oh, Jay Fernandez.
Oh, Jay Fernandez again.
If you know your law, you'll know why he's important.
Yeah. If you know your Faroe Islands law, you'll know why.
But basically, the dud team basically treats everyone fairly. But depending on when you guess your dud team match, can also influence how well you're doing, because you can interrupt your momentum. You can if you're on a bad run, it can turn it around for you. It is important. So let's see how it pans out. Obviously Albania get theirs straight off the bat. Will it be important for them later on?
It's very good for them there. Right. Bosnia-Herzegovina versus Montenegro.
Represented, of course, by Belarus.
Win for Belarus, so not a good start for Bosnia again.
No, good start for Montenegro. Though Montenegro last year, of course, were represented by Australia and did very well. So let's see if they can maintain that form and qualify for a second year in a row.
Never know on that one. Finland, Bulgaria next up.
You'd have to say probably Bulgaria are the favourites here.
Yep, former podium places in the Global Trophy. It's actually a draw between the two.
I think Finland will absolutely take that.
That's a brilliant performance there from Finland to get a draw against the former third places in the Global Trophy there.
Absolutely. And next up we have Iceland and Georgia, two teams who are probably aiming for that kind of 7th spot come the end of the competition. You'd probably be seeing them in and around there.
You'd be expecting that on that. That's a 4-1 win for Iceland. They go first.
That's the biggest win of the competition so far. And moving on, we have I am fascinated by Luxembourg. I have no idea how they're going to do here. I've got a feeling they're going to get absolutely trashed most games, but I'd love to be proven wrong. They take on Israel.
It is 3-1 Israel, so Israel off to a very good start. Luxembourg, not so well.
No, not so good for Israel. Macedonia and Northern Ireland next up.
North Macedonia certainly going to want to try and finish in the top 7 as they were the duds last time round. They have got off to a good start here, though. 2-0.
Yes, they have. Good start for North Macedonia, beating Northern Ireland. Republic of Ireland next up, taking on Slovenia.
Yep, you'd expect Republic of Ireland to be the favourites here. And they have done it 4-1, so they join Iceland in joint first place. Iceland only winning due to alphabetical order.
Good start then for Republic of Ireland. Next up is Slovakia and Greece, two of the big dogs in this league competition format.
Yep, if you're looking at FIFA rankings, it's ranked 1 and 2 here. Pretty much. Greece, I'd say, is probably the favourite here. And they are. 2-1 win for Greece. They in the top 7 after the first fixture.
Yep, first fixture completed. Now we have Albania taking on Belarus. Two teams who won their first game. Of course, Albania's win coming via the dud in Armenia.
It's another win for Montenegro being represented by Belarus. So 2 in a row so far.
Belarus move to the top of the table. Bosnia-Herzegovina take on Armenia next up, it does mean that Bosnia does get a win, which is something.
That's good for them. It's a good start for them.
Yeah, a win and a loss in their first 2 games. I'm sure they'll be pretty happy considering Belarus are currently top.
Prick.
If you ever watch these videos, it's like, what the hell's going on?
Is that what you say F me for? You know. It's.
I'm going to Google him. What's he doing these days?
We'll have him in on the final. That'll do it. You made this game. Can you mod Montenegro in, please? And do you know what? Can you also mod in New Caledonia while you're at it?
I found his X page. Sorry, his Twitter page.
Oh, yeah.
And his LinkedIn. What a guy.
What a guy.
He reports AFC He's head of media for AFC Sudbury. My goodness.
Sudbury.
I don't know where Sudbury is. I've never heard of it. Right.
Come on, Sam. It's in Sudbury.
Of course it is. Georgia and Bulgaria. Enough stalking of people we don't know on the internet.
Who made the pricks? We
don't know. They might be really nice. We don't know.
Hey, running gags. Global Trophy 2024. Subscribe. That's it. That's going to become its own running gag, isn't it?
Georgia.
Anyway,
didn't get to win their first game, did they? But Bulgaria didn't either. Bulgaria only drew with Finland.
Yep. So bad start for Bulgaria. Georgia, really bad for them. They lost to Iceland.
They did.
They've drawn here though. Bulgaria, 2 draws in a row for them. It's not great.
It isn't great. It is undefeated though, but it's not a great start, is it?
Nope. Scoring 3 and conceding 3.
Absolutely. The 2 non-Scandi teams, Iceland and Finland, take each other on.
Yep. Would you like some Finn or would you like some ice? You want some Finn? Of course you do, Scooter.
What on earth? Have we lost the plot already? This is like normally this is the state of delirium when we're like 2
Sorry,
leads in.
not Scooter. Squirt. I'm thinking of Finding Nemo.
Oh.
Give us some Finn. Noggin. Dude. That's the one. Oh yeah. Let's just get our boomer humour out there, shall we?
Absolutely. We're past it now. Come on now.
Oh, we are so mid, bro. I don't know what. I've lost it. I've
no cap. No cap. For real.
Kappa. Right. North Macedonia. Can they keep on their winning ways? They have got Israel, who are also on winning ways so far.
Yep. Both of these teams winning in their first fixture.
Yep, North Macedonia, only team to have not conceded yet.
Yep.
They have now and lost. Israel with the win.
Yep, good result for Israel, moving them to the top of the leaderboard for now. Next up is Northern Ireland and Luxembourg, both teams who lost their first game.
Yeah, both very much at the bottom of that table there. It's a draw for the two, so they're in the top 12 for now.
I'd say it's probably a better point for Luxembourg and not Northern Ireland, but we'll see how it shakes out later on. Greece and Slovenia, two of the big teams in this. You'll have to favour Greece probably, but not an easy one.
Yep, Slovenia, who lost in their first match. Greece won theirs. It is another win for Greece, 2-0. Slovenia, 2 losses on the trot for them.
Not a good start at all, losing to Republic of Ireland and Greece, who are probably the best two teams in the competition, though. So there is that, I guess.
Certainly is on that one, but speaking of Republic of Ireland, they could go first with a win here.
Yep, any win of any kind puts them top of the leaderboard. They've got to beat Slovakia, though.
They do, 3-0. Republic of Ireland up to first.
And comfortably, look at that. Lovely stuff. Straight to the top of the leaderboard with a +6 goal difference.
Yep, so 4 teams on 6 so far. So, yeah, 4 actually, no. We've got 6 teams unbeaten so far.
Got 7 teams unbeaten. Bulgaria haven't been beaten either.
No, we're still on 6.
Ignore me.
Oh, and,
Ignore
yeah.
me.
Ignore me.
Ignore me.
Ignore me. Albania. Kicking off Kixture 3 against Bosnia-Herzegovina. I have lost the bloody plot. It's 4-0 Bosnia. What? They've lost it as well.
They've lost the plot. They're up to the top of the leaderboard for now until Belarus get their bye win against Armenia.
Yeah, which will put them. Yeah, pretty back to the top of the table of Kixture 3.
Yep, 9 points out of a possible 9 for Belarus, representing Montenegro. Montenegro will be delighted with that start.
Certainly will on that one. Oh, wow. Don't see you very often, Mr. Zingaro.
Mr. Zingaro. Who is he?
He sounds cool.
He does. He sounds like Spanish. I want to say his first name is like Laser or something.
Laser Zingaro.
It sounds good, doesn't it? It sounds good.
How about just his first name, just Len? Len Zingaro.
He's just a bald man.
Stealing your girlfriend and your wife.
He's just a bold Spanish man.
He is the Spanish Chad.
Wearing a vest.
Just a vest.
Just a drawstring vest, that's all he's wearing.
Or Ramsey Nesbitt.
Is he dead?
Oh, no. Maybe? I don't know.
Bulgaria and Iceland. We're only in fixture 3.
We've lost it.
Ah.
I'm 30 years old. Oh, it's a draw. There we go.
Three draws for Bulgaria. What are you doing?
What are you doing, fellas?
Get on with it.
What are you thinking, fella? Jesus. There goes our Irish audience. Finland
and Georgia. Finland can go second if they win.
Yep, Finland currently unbeaten so far. Georgia, not looking great for them at the moment.
No, a win and a defeat and a draw to Georgia so far. It could turn their season around though if they win here.
It's another draw. All right.
It is. Finland still unbeaten though.
Yeah, it's going well, I think, for Finland so far.
I think they'll be happy.
Yep.
Israel and Northern Ireland next up. Israel, a win for them could put them top if it's a big win. Northern Ireland need to get cracking, don't they?
Yep, Israel currently haven't lost any points. They have now. Northern Ireland with the win.
That's a big statement win for Northern Ireland, moving them up to 8th place currently.
North Macedonia, currently 1 win, 1 defeat. Currently 9th. They don't want to stay there. Luxembourg, not doing very well at all.
No, they're down in 13th with a draw with Northern Ireland and a defeat to their names. Can they turn their season on here?
Nope. It is a win, though, for North Macedonia, and they'll take that as last year's dud. They don't want to be 8th.
No, they don't. They're up to 4th place at the moment. Slovakia and Slovenia, here we go. The two similarly named teams, they're not either of them really doing that great at the moment, are they? They're kind of languishing down towards the bottom of the table in 14th and 15th, yet to get off the mark. One of those O's have got to go.
Yep, and it's Slovenia's that stay. Slovakia up to 12th with a win. Remember, this is the #1 ranked team according to the FIFA rankings when it comes to this preliminaries. They should be first right now.
It should be, but they're not. It is currently Belarus, but it could be Republic of Ireland if they beat probably their main rivals for the title, I think, here in Greece.
Yep, Greece also unbeaten so far. It's a draw between the two. We still have 5 teams unbeaten.
We do, yes. And one of those is down in 10th place. However, it could change. Albania in 11th take on Bulgaria in 10th. Bulgaria have drawn 3 out of 3. Albania have got a win, but that was against the dud team Armenia.
It's a win for Bulgaria, finally on winning ways. They're up to 7th place.
Off the mark, Bulgaria, Armenia are now going to give 3 points to Finland, who are in 8th place, and they'll leapfrog them up to 2nd for now.
Yep, so Finland have been on a really good start. A really good start for Finland. What, 2 wins, 2 draws now? It's a brilliant start for Finland so far. And Bosnia, but then, to be honest, Bosnia will probably lose about 7 on the trot later on.
This is prime Bosnia and Herzegovina, isn't it? Really?
Territory.
Exactly. They've started off as we expected them to, winning matches, and they're going to capitulate in absolutely disgraceful style later on.
Oh yeah, they're going to bomb in fashion.
Yeah,
they always do.
That's just what they do. It's what they do best.
Imagine if they don't and they just go ahead and win it. And just win
Fair
the preliminary.
enough. I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love that.
It'd be nice to see Bosnia back in the global trophy, wouldn't it? Georgia, Belarus next up.
Belarus, a chance for them to go clear at the top of the table with a 4th win. Georgia need to get going, don't they?
Certainly do. It's a win for Georgia! What the hell's going on? Georgia get the win!
And that's the first defeat for Belarus. Bosnia and Herzegovina, who we were just talking about, actually, taking on Iceland now.
Yep, Iceland currently in 10th place, Bosnia in 5th. Both teams have suffered defeat before.
They have.
It's a draw between the two. I'd say Iceland will probably take that over Bosnia.
Yep, the away fixture for Iceland, they'll definitely take that. Slovenia and Israel. This is a big match for Slovenia, because if they don't win this, they're going to start drifting away into obscurity.
Certainly aren't. Israel currently on that bubble in 7th place. It's a draw between the two. I don't think either of them would want that.
I think Slovenia will probably take it more purely because they've now actually scored a point, which is something. But
everyone's scored a point now. Hurrah!
Hurrah!
Apart
Well
from
done,
the dud, of
everybody.
course, but
Of course.
they never would have anyway.
Republic of Ireland taking on Luxembourg, who I think is the weakest team in this competition. I think this could be a bloodbath.
Could be Republic of Ireland currently unbeaten. Only 2-0, but Republic of Ireland now go first above Belarus, representing Montenegro.
Yes, they do. Still undefeated, Republic of Ireland. Macedonia and Greece. Greece is still undefeated. Macedonia have been beaten once already.
Yep, both teams in the top 7 so far. Win for Greece, 3-0. Up to 2nd they go.
Big win for Greece. And of course, let's not forget, they are neighbours, aren't they? Because North Macedonia had to change their name because of the Macedonia region of Greece.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
Geography facts. You're welcome.
Yeah, but now Macedonia is currently in 8th.
That's not where you want to be.
Not where you want to be. Exactly where they were last year. Slovakia and Northern Ireland, 2 teams who could really start putting a cat amongst the pigeons here, if either of them win.
Yeah, you'd probably say that the favourites are Slovakia, but it could go either way here.
Slovakia is certainly the team with the riskier strategy here, and they have gone on to get the win. It's 2-1.
Moving up into 9th place for Slovakia. Finland undefeated against Albania, who have lost a couple of games and in fact have slipped right down the table, down to 13th.
Yep, Finland currently in 4th. It's another win for Finland. They're doing well.
They're top of the table at the moment.
Yep, Bulgaria going to get their 2nd win in a row, getting their bye win over Armenia. So at the moment, 9 points for Bulgaria in 5 games, unbeaten so far.
Pretty good for Bulgaria, you'd have to say, isn't it? I think that's a decent effort.
You can certainly say on that one. It's been, I mean, yeah, it's a very slow start. 3 points from 3 games. Not greatest of things. But they've won the last 2. This is more what we expect from Bulgaria.
Yeah, absolutely. This is... look, they're going to go through. I'm pretty sure they're going to go through. They've got a strong enough team. They've not been beaten in 5 games. They're probably the favourites to go... One of the favourites to go through. But, I expected them to be challenging Republic of Ireland, Greece for the title, but they're not, are they?
Yep, a bit of a slow start for them, but still, there's more than enough time left. They could very well start mounting a challenge at some point. Iceland, Belarus next up.
Iceland in 10th. Belarus representing Montenegro in 5th.
Yep, Belarus recently lost their first ever match in this, but they've won this one. Look at that. Up to first again for the moment.
Back to the top of the leaderboard for now. Georgia taking on Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Yep, Bosnia currently in 6th place. Georgia in 11th. Another win for Georgia.
Georgia moved themselves up into 6th place and currently qualifying. Next up is Israel and Republic of Ireland. Republic of Ireland with a win go back to the top of the leaderboard.
Certainly do on that one. It is a 3-0 win. Republic of Ireland are back to the top, and they'll stay top unless Greece get a massive win in their 5th fixture.
Very good, well done.
I remember.
Luxembourg and Slovenia next up. Luxembourg down the bottom and Slovenia also down the bottom. Both teams on 1
dregs.
point. It really is. This is one for the purists. This is
the wooden spoon fight. It's
kind of pathetic, really, isn't it, when you think about it?
That is stupidly dumb.
Well,
a ball draw.
They're both out, aren't they? So Luxembourg has scored 1 goal
in 5 games.
That's shambolic.
Yeah, I mean, hey, they haven't fought the dud yet.
They haven't.
So there is that, and if they face the dud next, they'll be up into like 11th or something.
Good for them. Well done.
They probably won't stay there, but, it's nice. Slovakia should be first, according to the FIFA rankings, currently in 10th. I've got North Macedonia, currently outside of that top 8.
Yep, both teams on 6 points. A win for either lifts them up to 5th, potentially, with a big win.
Yep, Macedonia with a positive goal difference, Slovakia with a minus goal difference. It's a win for Slovakia. They move up into the top 8.
Into 6th place for now. Slovakia, Macedonia down to 10th. Greece and Northern Ireland to round off fixture number 5, a third of the way through.
Yep, Greece requires 5 goals to go first here. They've actually lost Northern Ireland with the win.
That is a massive win. Northern Ireland inflicting Greece their first defeat of the competition.
Yep, so 5 games played, 3 teams still unbeaten so far.
Yep, Georgia and Albania next up. Georgia in 7th. A win for them catapults them up into 3rd, potentially with a big win. Albania right down the bottom. They have got a win on the board, but that was against Armenia, of course.
Yeah, and they still haven't been able to get some wins. It's another win for Georgia there.
Up into 4th place for the Georgians. Armenia are now going to gift 3 precious, precious points to Iceland, who I think desperately need it, because Iceland are slipping down the table. Even with this win, it doesn't put them into the top 8.
Yeah, I think it puts them just barely outside it on goal difference, but it's maybe something like the kick in the teeth they need at this point.
Yep, they just need a little bit of a shot in the arm to get themselves going. I do think, like in recent years, Iceland have kind of been that kind of unlucky team to just miss out in 9th place, haven't they? I think that has happened more than once. So this is kind of expected. I don't know if that's the right word to say, but like they're in and around them, aren't they? And I think that's where they need to be. There's so many teams that are kind of on that bubble that could go in or out. So let's see how they go.
Yeah, it's getting very interested on that one. Belarus now versus Bulgaria. Bulgaria currently 6th place.
Unbeaten as well. Top of the table clash. Belarus with a win. Go top.
It is a win for Belarus. They go top.
And inflict Bulgaria's first defeat on them. That's not good.
Yep, and Finland could lose theirs as well. They've got Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Bosnia down in 9th place. They need to step up their game, really. A win for them could lift them up above Greece, though.
They do win! 2-1! Are we seeing a complete reversal for Bosnia-Herzegovina?
Maybe. We only have one undefeated team left now. Israel take on Greece next up. Israel in 10th. Greece, a win for them could lift them, with a big win, up to 2nd for now.
Man, Israel has dropped.
They really have.
Slightly on that. Win for Greece. They're up to 3rd.
They are indeed. Good result for Greece. Luxembourg. Oh dear. They've got to take on Slovakia next up. Is there hope for them?
Yep, Slovakia, the resurgent Slovakia, have won 7-1 against Luxembourg.
That's more like it. Slovakia up to 4th place with a +7 goal difference now.
Slovenia, can they match that? Macedonia, sure hope they don't. It is a draw between the two. Bulgaria are in 8th right now.
That's a big surprise to me. I thought Bulgaria would fly through this, no problem.
They may not stay 8th if Northern Ireland have their way. They've got the Republic of Ireland in a bit of a meaty clash. A win for Republic of Ireland puts them first.
A win for Northern Ireland, though, will lift them level with Bosnia on points.
It's a win for Republic of Ireland. They go first for the moment.
They do indeed. So as things stand at the moment, we have a fairly... I think going through will be Republic of Ireland and Belarus. They're pretty certain to go through. I'd say maybe Greece as well. Everyone else is kind of a who's who, really. They're kind of... It's all to play for.
Certainly is. And, well, at the bottom there, Slovenia, Albania, and Luxembourg really need to start getting some wins going in.
They do. Albania and Iceland next up. Albania, only 1 set of points to their name, and that was the dud win over Armenia. Iceland have slipped down a little bit, but they're in 9th currently.
Yep, still in contention there. It's a draw between the two. Iceland, that's not good for them.
That's a big slip up for them, isn't it? Especially when Georgia are about to pick up another 3 points against... I mean, it's 4 wins back-to-back for Georgia.
What an amazing string of performances it's been for Georgia. Also, look at that old Georgia flag.
I was going to say, that's not the Georgian flag I recognise.
No,
wow.
That's the old Georgia flag.
Look at that.
It looks very
great.
Germanic, doesn't it?
Oh, it's like kind of sort of communist, doesn't it? A little bit.
Wait, that's Soviet Union. Never mind.
I mean, they were communist.
Yeah, they were, but they weren't German.
No, they weren't. Georgia's next door to Russia, isn't it?
I think it's further south on that, but yeah, they're
but it is next to Russia. It's just underneath it.
Well, to be honest, have you seen the size of Russia? It's probably next to a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, Russia shares a border with China and America. That's crazy.
All right, speaking of Russia, Belarus versus Finland.
Yeah, Belarus. A win for them will put them top. Finland, a win for them lifts them as high as 3rd. For now.
Yep, and Finland have got a very good goal difference to possibly do so, but no, Belarus with another win. They're up to the top for now.
Looking good for Belarus. Also, look at Georgia in 3rd. Look at that.
That's what you get for 4 wins in a row. Georgia have just rocked it up there. Can they keep it now?
They haven't in the past. Bosnia-Herzegovina and Bulgaria, neighbours in the table. A win for either really sorts them out, but a loss for either could be very damaging indeed.
A draw for either would probably be worse for both. It's a win for Bulgaria. They move up to 6th.
They needed that. They absolutely needed that, didn't they?
Yep, they certainly did. And, well, Israel, who have dropped considerably, take on Slovakia, who are currently in 5th.
Yep, a win for either kind of reignites the season. Slovakia, who started so slowly, now have a chance to go up to 3rd place.
Certainly do. And it is another win for Slovakia. They do move 3rd.
5 in a row for Slovakia. Fantastic form. Luxembourg take on poor Greece, who have slipped down to 5th for now. A win for them could lift them as high as 2nd with a big win.
Well, it is Luxembourg, remember. It's 3-0 Greece. They'll take 3rd for now, I think. It's another 3 points in the bag for them.
It really is. And they are looking pretty strong now, Greece. The Republic of Ireland can maintain their unbeaten run as they take on North Macedonia, who are in 10th.
Win puts them back to the top. It is a win. Republic of Ireland back first by a point.
And our final fixture of fixture 7 sees Slovenia and Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland currently in 11th place. Slovenia down in 14th. Draw between the two.
That's not good for Northern Ireland's qualification hopes. I don't think they're now 3 points, a clear win behind Finland.
Yep, Israel next up for fixture number 8. Sorry, fixture number 8. Against Albania, who really need to start getting a step in.
Yep, 1 win and 1 draw, and the win is, of course, against the dud team, so they've only got 1 point net to their name. They need to win here, don't they?
It's a win for Israel. They move up to 9th place, but is the resurgence too late?
Level on points with 8th place Bosnia. Who knows?
Luxembourg are going to get their 3 points now.
They are indeed. They are
for
going to
them.
get 3 points against Armenia, which will lift them, however briefly, into contention.
It gives them a shot, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Stranger things have happened. You never know.
The Americas preliminary league last year,
Yeah,
for example.
absolutely. Exactly.
The weird hallucinogenic that I was on about 20 minutes ago.
Yes.
Stranger things have happened. Right. I was on the hallucinogenic of life and work fatigue. That's what it was. That's what it was. That's what I'll blame it on.
Sure, let's go with that.
Let me just hide the bong.
Belarus.
People are gonna say now that I bloody smoked dope or something that way.
Would you not?
No.
Oh.
No. I live around in a state where everyone bloody smokes it, and I feel like I'm one of the only people who doesn't. Like, you smell it all the time. It's really annoying because I hate the smell of it.
I don't know, I like the smell of it.
I despise it so much. It smells like dust bunnies. If dust bunnies had a smell.
I'm picking up what you're putting down there.
Yeah. Belarus. I've got Macedonia.
They do. Belarus, a win for them will once again take them back to the top.
North Macedonia, 12th place.
They've slipped down, haven't they?
Certainly have. Oh, that's a big win. That's a huge win.
Great result there for North Macedonia, who lift themselves back into the fray with that, really.
Yep, Northern Ireland are going to have to do pretty much the same here. They're against Bosnia and Herzegovina, who are currently in that 8th spot. Win for Bosnia! This is interesting.
Sure is. Bosnia has now lifted themselves right into the fray and has pushed Finland back down.
Yep, Bulgaria, they've also pushed Bulgaria down, but Bulgaria, if they can beat Slovenia, they'll be right back above them.
They will indeed. Although Slovenia, you know, they're doomed, aren't they?
5-1 Bulgaria, they move up to 4th.
Good stuff for Bulgaria. Republic of Ireland and Finland. A win for Republic of Ireland to lift them clear at the top of the table. Finland, meanwhile, a win for them lifts them above Bosnia again.
It was a good start for Finland after all. It's a draw between the two.
That's not great for Republic of Ireland. It's great for Finland, though.
Especially to get a draw against Republic of Ireland. I think they'll take that. Georgia and Greece could really start to make an opening here on the title.
A win for Greece puts them second. A win for Georgia, I mean, it's a big ask.
But it does put them 3rd. Ooh, 3-2 Greece. Very entertaining match.
Great game that is. And Slovakia and Iceland rounding off the halfway point of the competition. A Slovakia win will put them right there into 3rd place.
Well, things have changed.
They have.
As we go into the second half of the fixture. Well, I guess we're already there now, but we're in the second half of these 15 matches.
Yeah, so Albania and Luxembourg, an absolute wooden spoon clash for the century.
Yep. It's another win for Luxembourg! 2 in a row! 2 in a row! 2 in a row! 2 in a row! Luxembourg.
Israel are going to get 3 points as they take on Armenia.
Yep, they're... Also, that actually puts Israel in a very interesting... in pretty much, that makes it very interesting for Israel, because they'll be right in that top 8.
Yeah, they really will. They'll be right next to, you know, the teams in and around the qualification zone. So good effort from Israel.
Yep, but the thing is, though, obviously, they've played the dud team now, so, you know, what maybe they're going to be going up against a team like maybe a Republic of Ireland, or a Belarus, or a Greece.
How well Belarus are doing, to be honest with you. I didn't think they'd be doing this well.
Yeah, you'd be surprised with those sorts of nations. Remember, you know, Lithuania or a Champions of Asia, you know.
Champions of Africa.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Champions of Africa, yeah. Just,
I reckon we need to give one year we need to give Lithuania a wild card or something, just to give them a chance in like Europe, like properly give them a chance.
Hear that, Lithuania? Hear that, Lithuania? Get a bloody academy.
I'll tell you what, let us know in the comments.
No!
No, I want to see it happen. I want to see for 1 year.
Oh, can we? It would have to be unofficial.
Yeah, we'll put them in as the second lowest team to the dud team. How about that?
Yeah, but it'll have to be an unofficial sort of tournament just to see how well they do. You know.
Yeah.
We've essentially solidified our rules for the global trophy now, pretty much at this point, haven't we?
This is true. This is true. Anyway,
speaking of Belarus, though.
Belarus now take on Northern Ireland. Belarus have slipped down to 4th suddenly.
Yep, but they're still in that contention. They're 2 off top. Northern Ireland, 10 points behind Belarus.
And a whopping 5 behind Israel and Bosnia-Herzegovina.
This is a very important win here for Northern Ireland if they can get it. It's a draw between the two.
I think probably not good enough for Northern Ireland. Belarus will be okay with that.
I'm not too sure really when it comes to that, because that could start dragging Belarus down into that battle for 7th.
It really could. Macedonia and Bosnia-Herzegovina. Bosnia win here lifts them up to 5th, which is a great effort from them.
It'd be great from them. Obviously, North Macedonia, a victory for them, a big win, puts them up into 7th place. 3-2 North Macedonia. They're in 8th. Of course they are.
Where else would they be?
Where else would they be right now? But very good for them. Finland's down in 10th.
When did that happen?
Yeah. Couple of draws and a loss and everything like that, and they're out of the top 8 now. Republic of Ireland have got Bulgaria.
Yep, Republic of Ireland a win here. I don't think it's going to guarantee them qualification, but I don't think anyone will be able to catch them. Let's say that much.
Unless they go on a big string of defeats. It is another win for Republic of Ireland, so still unbeaten.
Well, here's Finland's chance then to get back into that fray. A win against a lowly Slovenia would be very welcome right now, I imagine.
Yep, could put him up to 5th with a big win here. It's only 1-0. That does put him in 6th.
That's good enough for them. I think they'll happily jump from 10th up to 6th. Next up is Slovakia and Georgia, Georgia suddenly find themselves in 7th place.
Yep, Georgia still been on a decent run of form, though. It's a 2-1 win for Slovakia. Slovakia moves 2nd.
Yep, and they're just behind Republic of Ireland, waiting for them to slip. Iceland and Greece take each other on now.
Win for Greece. Greece goes 2nd. Iceland down in 11th.
So, with 6 to go, Albania take on Macedonia. Albania, I think, pretty much out of it at this point. They're not going to catch up to the rest of the field. Macedonia are right in the thick of it.
Yep, Albania, not mathematically out, but, you know, realistically, they could very well be out. It's a draw between the two. That's not going to help either, especially not North Macedonia. That gives teams like Georgia and Israel and Bosnia a big chance.
It really does. And Northern Ireland also, because they're going to get 3 precious points against our dud team, Armenia.
Yep, that's going to put them 1 behind. It's going to put them 1 behind North Macedonia.
It's pretty good, though. That's in striking range.
Yeah.
You know, a mistake here or there, and suddenly Northern Ireland are in the picture.
Yep, one team gets a draw, the other gets a win. That's it. You know, a position has been changed. So that's where the games can be won and lost.
Absolutely.
And especially at this stage of the game where we're pretty much over the halfway point, and we're getting to the point where each of these points, each of these goals are just a little bit more important now.
Yeah, you've got to think, you know, it's crunch time for those teams who want to qualify, who have aspirations of being in the global trophy. This is where you have to start stepping up.
Yep, Israel, for example, being one of them. They've got Belarus.
A win for Israel here can lift them up to 5th place right behind Belarus.
Certainly could. They'll need to break the current record for this, for the 2024 tournament. It's a draw between the two. That's not good for Belarus, because now here comes the potential of them being dragged into that into that 7th place battle instead of battling for the title.
I think so. Bosnia now have a match against Luxembourg, and this is a great opportunity for Bosnia to really put themselves out there and be like, okay, we are here to stay now.
Yep, a win rockets them up to 5th for now. It's a draw between the two! Oh no, here we go.
The proverbial Bosnia bottle has happened again. Greece and Bulgaria in a top-of-the-table clash. Greece winning here will put them top for now.
Draw between the two. Republic of Ireland could really start to make a move.
Slovakia and Finland. Slovakia could go top now with a win. Finland, they are not even on the page. They've slipped down to 3rd. Oh, no, they're 6th. If they win here, they go above Bulgaria. Sorry, ignore me.
That's right. They could move up into 5th here with a win. It's another draw.
Well,
That
that's
is
a
very
surprise.
close.
Look at this now. We have 4 teams
Georgia
out of
has got a
14.
chance now. Oh
Can
no,
they-
Georgia.
Can they beat Slovenia to go above all of them into 5th place?
They could leapfrog them. Georgia win. Up to 5th they go.
They do indeed. And the last fixture of fixture 10 is going to be Republic of Ireland and Iceland. A win for Republic of Ireland pretty much, I'm not going to say it too loudly, pretty much guarantees them qualification.
Puts them 3 clear at the top there. It is a win, 2-0. They are up to 26 points, which means they're 12 ahead of 8th, 10 ahead of 7th.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good for Republic of Ireland. I think one more win and they have actually qualified, depending on how fixtures go.
Yep.
Northern Ireland, though.
Northern Ireland need to start making a move now. They got the 3 points. They got the 3 goals. Now they need to start making the most of it. They got Albania.
A win for them will lift them into 8th place.
5-0. Here come the move for Ireland.
That's a great win as well, because their goal difference is now the same as Bosnia's.
Yep, moves them up into 8th place, but also North Macedonia get their 3 points now.
That could be crucial. That lifts them above Georgia, Bulgaria, the lot of them into 5th place for Macedonia.
Yep, and if there's any slip-ups, Macedonia will keep those positions because of this guaranteed win here. It's a very, very, very good time for North Macedonia to get this bye win, to get this 3 points.
Looking good for them, isn't it? It's looking very good for them. And look, we're going to see a fun team ending up being out and then another one being the dud, aren't we? We are going to see that.
I mean, could we see Georgia through?
A tiny little Georgia, who are the second lowest competing team in terms of FIFA rankings in this bracket. Who knows?
Belarus. They've got Luxembourg. Luxembourg have held a team to a draw recently.
They have Belarus. A win for them will take them into 3rd place. A big win into 2nd.
It is a win for Belarus. Okay, they've beaten the curse, so they are back up into 3rd for now. Bosnia really need to try and stop the rot after that draw. They've got Israel in 11th.
Both on 14 points. A win for Bosnia lifts them into 5th for now. A big win for Israel could lift them into 5th.
This is a 6-pointer, really, personally. This
It really
battle.
is.
Win for Bosnia! Oh, okay.
So maybe Bosnia aren't going to bottle it after all.
Well, they're up into 5th for now. Slovakia currently in 4th place, take on Bulgaria, who are now in 8th.
They need to make sure they don't lose it. Slovakia here have a chance to go 2nd. But most importantly for Bulgaria, they need to not lose this.
It is a draw between the two. Bulgaria moved to 5th.
But look at that. 4 teams tied on 17, and then Finland on 16 just behind.
Yep, then Northern Ireland and Israel a point behind on that one as well. And Israel a point behind Northern Ireland. And then it's a 5-point drop to Iceland. But they've got a game in hand. They could win and still be in with a chance.
They really could be. Finland take on Greece. Finland down in 9th now. Greece in 3rd.
Win for Greece. They move 2nd.
They do. And Republic of Ireland will take on Georgia. And they're definitely the favourites to beat the Georgians. But it's not going to be an easy one.
So not going to be 1-0 only. But Republic of Ireland, they've qualified, but they haven't. They could still be the dud.
They could still be the dud. They on goal difference, you'd probably say they're probably going to be fine, but yeah.
But mathematically, they could still be the dud. But I think we're about to see a qualification.
We are indeed. Iceland and Slovenia. This is basically last chance time for Iceland because they are in desperate need here of falling away.
Certainly are. 9 points only for them. It is a win for Iceland. Okay, they move in, and that means unfortunately we say goodbye to Slovenia.
Oh no.
Yep, Slovenia out. They need 13 points out of a possible 12. They cannot get into 8th place. They are the first team eliminated. And they've got, well, a nothing match against Albania. Albania are still in. Barely.
They can pull Albania out with them if they get... They haven't won yet, Slovenia. Maybe this could be their time.
Certainly could be. It is a win for Slovenia. Albania gone as well.
And that's the end of Albania's run in
Luxembourg is still in.
Oh my goodness. That is the end of the run for Albania, and is also guaranteed qualification time for Republic of Ireland as they take on Armenia, the dud team.
Yeah, what a way to get your qualification. So there you go. First team through is the Republic of Ireland. And I'm going to be honest, not going to be surprised if they go ahead and win the thing. If they go ahead and win this preliminary.
They could go unbeaten as well. They are only, a couple of matches away from doing it, aren't they?
Yep, the only team unbeaten so far in this preliminary. They've stuck around, but it's not been easy for them.
No, definitely hasn't. It really, really hasn't. But they've stuck it through. They've only drew 2 games. They've been very strong, Republic of Ireland. A good warm-up for the European section.
Yeah, maybe we'll see Republic of Ireland in the Global Trophy Finals. Wouldn't that be interesting to see them finally get there? I think they may have been there before, but I think it's only maybe once.
Not for a while.
Yeah, Belarus and Greece, big top of the table clash to maybe challenge for Republic of Ireland.
I think a win here for Greece basically guarantees them qualification.
It is a draw between the two.
So not quite over the line yet. Greece, Belarus also struggling a little bit. Slovakia and Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Big crunch match there. Slovakia can move up to third with a win. Bosnia really do need to get some sort of points out of this. They don't. 4-0 Slovakia.
And a pounding to Bosnia's goal difference as well. That could be crucial later on.
Yeah, Bulgaria now in 5th place, take on Israel in 11th. 3 points separate the two.
A win for Israel here is absolute bedlam.
And Bulgaria, as a team that has finished 3rd in the global trophy before altogether, win 3-1. They're staying 5th, but there's starting to be a bit of daylight now, isn't there? Bit of daylight.
Yeah, there is. I think Israel struggling. Luxembourg and Finland. Finland, they have to convert this, don't they? It has to be for them.
Luxembourg still in at this point. It is a win for Finland.
It is, and I think almost means that they are out. Luxembourg, they're not quite yet, but they're basically out, aren't they?
Yeah, they'll need essentially results to go their way, but they are technically still in with a chance. Macedonia have got Georgia, who have now suddenly slept their way to 9th.
Yep, well, I think this also means that Luxembourg will go, won't it? Because one of these teams will be 9 points clear at least. So that's the end of Luxembourg's run.
No, there's still 8 left for Luxembourg.
Yeah, but Macedonia or Greece will have more points, and they'll be 7th, won't they?
Yeah, but they can still qualify. But they got dud at most.
Oh yeah, so the dud is their goal now.
Yeah. It's a win for Georgia!
Georgia move up into 6th place.
Yep, so yeah, Luxembourg, best they can do is dud at this point.
That could soon change, though, if Northern Ireland beat Iceland. Iceland, they need to win here to stand any chance of staying in.
Same with Northern Ireland. They've been on a decent run of forms recently. Draw between the two. That is bad for both.
That is bad for both. It's probably worse for Iceland, as they're just a little bit further behind.
We go into fixture 13. Republic of Ireland ahead by 5 points. Take on Albania, who are rock bottom. 4-1 win, Republic of Ireland. They're looking to take the title.
And Slovenia, in literally a nothing match, take on the dud team Armenia. So this means nothing. Literally nothing.
Well, it means that Albania suck.
Oh, yeah, we knew that anyway, though.
Okay, they suck worse than Luxembourg and Slovenia do.
They do. Sorry, Albania, but you're in big trouble.
Hey, Luxembourg didn't finish bottom.
I can't believe that. That's
good for them.
Staggering. Good for you.
Good for you Luxembourg. Fair play to you. Fair play to you, buddy. I am shocked about how well Georgia's doing.
Georgia are doing so well, but I've got a horrible feeling it's all going to come crashing down.
Yeah, and Macedonia, they're in that bubble again, aren't they?
They're all in and around it. I'm fascinated to see how this is going to end out.
Well, let's see, shall we? Slovakia, Belarus, a battle at the top.
A win for either, I think, guarantees them qualification, I think.
Yeah, yep, a win for either team guarantees them qualification. A draw for Slovakia guarantees them qualification.
Yep.
It is a win for Slovakia. They have qualified.
They have indeed. Greece can join them if they beat Bosnia-Herzegovina. Oh dear, Bosnia looking a bit ropey for them now.
Greece have already qualified.
They have indeed.
They have. And there's the stamp of authority.
Well, that's that. Bulgaria can pretty much ensure they can get at worst 7th here with a win over Luxembourg. Luxembourg are out.
Yep, they can still get dud, but they'll need to win every single game and have things go their way. 1-0 win for Bulgaria. They'll take that. Luxembourg are out.
So, Bulgaria on the precipice of qualification, as you should have expected from a team who have finished in the top 3 at the Global Trophy before.
Yep.
Finland, Israel.
Big crunch match here. Finland, 19 points for them. Israel, 14.
It's do or die for Israel.
It is a win for Finland.
And Israel now are clutching at miracles. Desperation sets in for them.
Yep. If Georgia draw, Israel can only dud.
A win for Georgia could lift them into 6th place and almost let me right on the lip of qualification.
They will be so close if they can beat Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland could really put a fly in the ointment. Draw between the two. Big moment for North Macedonia or Iceland.
Iceland, they need to win, otherwise they're basically out of it.
Yep, they can only finish 8th place if they don't beat Macedonia. Macedonia, this is a big chance for them. Win for Iceland!
Oh, my goodness me.
Iceland still in!
Iceland surviving, and it almost guarantees Georgia qualification. They are on the precipice. They just need a win. That's all they need now.
Georgia are so close. Greece, a loss here could potentially give Republic of Ireland the title, depending on how Slovakia plays.
Yep. Greece needs to win here against Albania.
5. Big win for Greece. Slovakia, can they join? Well, of course they can. They got Armenia, but they are really the outliers here.
Yep, they are the outside bet for sure. They need snookers. They need, safety cars, the lot.
Yep, a miracle and a high-vis jacket. They need all that. And they also need Republic of Ireland to lose 2 in a row.
Which considering they've lost none so far, is pretty unlikely, but you never know.
But yeah, Republic of Ireland could, at the end of this fixture, be crowned the champions of the preliminaries.
Should be good for them.
It could happen. We still have to use that. That was a clutch win for Iceland in the last fixture.
It might be too little too late, but they still have the chance of overhauling Georgia. It is possible.
Yep, they are in with a shout of staying in this. Slovenia, Belarus. Belarus have qualified.
Yep, they can finish at best 4, so they need to keep winning to keep staying 4th.
Yep, they can keep winning on that. It's a draw. All right.
Well, this is a big match because Republic of Ireland can win the title, but also a win for Republic of Ireland means Bosnia-Herzegovina can only get the dud. So Bosnia need to win this.
They certainly do. They need at least a draw, but then there may still be results to go their way. Win for Republic of Ireland, Bosnia. They've done it again, haven't they?
The Bosnia bottle is faultless, isn't it? It happens every time.
Macedonia and Bulgaria. Bulgaria can qualify with a win.
Yep, Macedonia need to win to really stay in contention and not be the dud, don't they?
Yep, same thing here. Win for Macedonia! They've got a chance!
They have got a chance, and it drags Bulgaria back into it. It drags Finland back into it. They've got to play Northern Ireland, who also need to win here.
Yep, Northern Ireland, it's all to play for. 6-pointers here. Win for Northern Ireland, 4-0!
That's huge because the goal difference for Northern Ireland is going to be a factor now. Israel take on Georgia. Georgia can qualify here.
Georgia with a win qualifies them. Win for Israel! What is going on?
Iceland now, a win for them. It is going to be absolute bedlam on the last fixture.
It is a fairy on Iceland's back. It's 8-0. A huge goal difference there for Iceland and for a team that at one point was completely pretty much out of it. They have clawed their way back.
So there are the teams from 6th down to 10th. Bosnia-Herzegovina are 11th. What's going on? How has this happened?
It is absolutely nuts. Bulgaria is not safe on the final fixture.
They should be, but they're not.
They should be. They're not, though. Who's got the dud? I think is it Slovakia that's got the dud? Or is it potentially Greece got the dud?
Let's see. Slovakia play Albania first
Slovakia
of all.
hasn't got the dud. Of course they don't. Well, this is sort of a nothing match here, but Slovakia... Oh, Republic of Ireland have won.
Yep, they have.
Well. But Slovakia could finish second.
If results go their way.
It is a win.
Yeah. And there you go. Greece have got the dud team, so they will finish second.
So Greece takes second.
They all play each other. This is going to be fascinating.
This is...
Wow.
This is going to be heartbreak.
For someone's got to go. Someone's got to go.
A few have got to go, and that's the problem, because they have fought so well, some of these teams. Iceland has bounced back.
From nowhere. They were gone. They were dead and buried.
Yeah, Bulgaria, former third place in the Global Trophy, are not safe from being a potential dud. Georgia are on the precipice.
The thing is, the reason why Bulgaria aren't safe as well is because Northern Ireland won, was it 4 or 5-0?
Yeah.
And their goal difference is 3 now. So Belarus playing Republic. They are all playing each other.
Yep. Belarus, who are safe. Republic of Ireland, could they break the 40-point barrier? No, they can't. A draw there.
But they are unbeaten, so Republic of Ireland are through. Bosnia-Herzegovina, they can get the dud with a huge win over Slovenia, but it is too little too late for anything else.
It is too little too late for them. 2-1 win for Bosnia. Northern Ireland, Bulgaria.
So a win of 2 or more for Northern Ireland will lift them above Bulgaria, and that would be a big, big problem, because that is not in their own hands, Bulgaria. So they need to either stop Northern Ireland from winning by more than 2, or it could be curtains.
Certainly. Bulgaria, a draw puts them through. Win for Northern Ireland, but it's only 1! Bulgaria stay ahead!
It might not be enough. Now, Macedonia play Finland. So a Finnish win guarantees them qualification. It doesn't matter. They'll finish above Bulgaria and Northern Ireland. Macedonia need to win and win heavily. And hope.
They certainly do. And hit and hope. Draw between the two. Macedonia's at the dud. Finland are 7th.
Finland are 7th. Look at that. 3 teams tied on 23 points. A win for Georgia here.
Against Luxembourg.
This is the golden ticket for Georgia. They need to win, and they're in.
Win puts them through. Win for Georgia. They're in.
They've done it. Goodness me. I mean...
And it's such a shame Iceland are going to miss out. Finland are the dud.
They are. Israel play Iceland for pride.
Pride only. Win for Iceland 4-2. They won their last 3, but it just wasn't enough. Barely.
My goodness. Wow. What a turn up for the books.
What a preliminary that is. And that's how we're kicking off the 2024 Global Trophy, with something like that.
Well, I need to catch my breath. So let's go through the table as it finished.
15th place with 5 points, Albania.
The only win was against Armenia. 2 draws to their name outside of that. A campaign to forget for Albania.
Certainly. 14th place with 9, Luxembourg.
A win outside the dud team for Luxembourg. I'm sure they'll be delighted with that. And the fact they finished clear of Albania, very impressive.
13th place with 11, Slovenia.
5 draws, too many draws, but solid enough from Slovenia. But, they'll be expecting better next year.
12th with 17, Israel.
They were in and amongst it for the longest time, but they slipped away towards the end. Not enough. Disappointing run for Israel, but they'll be back next year, I'm sure.
Say it with me, everyone. 11th with 20, the Bottlers. Bosnia-Herzegovina out again.
I feel so bad because a win where they lost a game in there and they're in.
They drew with Luxembourg as well, remember?
They did. They dropped points where they shouldn't have done, and that's why they're out.
10th with 21, it's North Macedonia.
A harsh ending for North Macedonia. They were brilliant throughout, but not quite enough, finishing down in 10th place at the end. That's a surprise.
full commiserations to this team. 9th place with 22. It's Iceland.
They came back strongly, but they just left too much of a mountain to climb for them at the end.
Yep, 3 wins in a row in the last 3 games, but it just wasn't enough, barely, even with that +9 goal difference.
That 8-0 win over Luxembourg gave everyone hope, but not enough.
8th with 23 points, losing out by 7 goals in goal difference. It's Finland.
Yeah, they didn't win that. Did they draw their last game, and that's what cost them? It's a shame for Finland, but...
They won their last game, but their goal difference was too low.
There you go. They didn't score enough. They conceded relatively few, but they just didn't score enough.
7th with 23, going through. How? What a performance. What a comeback. Northern Ireland.
That 8-0 win will go down in folklore, because that is the difference between them being in and being out.
Yep, they'd have only had a +1 goal difference, which would have put them as the dud instead of Finland. There
you go.
6th place. You shouldn't be down this low, Bulgaria. You really shouldn't.
Disappointing. I think the fact that they drew with the dud team on points is kind of shocking, really. Shouldn't be this low down. They'll need to step up their ideas for the main competition.
The unsung heroes, I think, of this league. 5th place. With 24, it's Georgia. Finally in a global trophy!
They've been duds in the past, Georgia, but they finally made it, and what a way to do it with that, final fixture win. They'll be delighted with that, Georgia, and fair play to them. Well done.
4th place with 26. They were sort of dragged down. I sort of predicted that. But yeah, Belarus representing Montenegro. 4th place with 26.
They'll be happy with that, though. The fact that they've qualified, I think that's a decent effort.
Yep, and then it's a big jump to the top 3. 3rd place with 35, Slovakia.
Slow start with 2 losses in their first 2 games, but they roared back to a very happy 3rd place.
Yep, unbeaten in 13 was Slovakia.
Yeah, not a bad effort.
Next up, 2nd with 36, Greece.
As expected, Greece, global trophy champion of champions, quarter-finalists. I think they'll be very happy with that, and down to the main business of the global trophy.
And 1st place, winners of the European preliminaries with 39 points, unbeaten in 15, Republic of Ireland.
Yeah, I mean, what a run from Republic of Ireland. While all the chaos happening behind them, they were just serenely gliding through, and they are the champions of the European Preliminary League, as we're about to see right now.
Hang on. There we go. Hey!
There you have it. Well done to the Republic of Ireland, and we'll see them in a couple of weeks' time for the Global Trophy European Qualifiers.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I'm just so happy to see Georgia in there,
Yeah,
that's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how Georgia gets on. They join teams like Italy, Denmark, Portugal, Romania, Russia, Scotland, Ukraine, Germany, France, England, Belgium, Croatia, Netherlands, Spain, Switzerland, Sweden, Serbia, Poland, Austria, Wales, Hungary, Czech Republic, Turkey, and Norway.
Yeah, and also for the first time in I think a long time, all of the home nations are in the Global Trophy. Because Northern Ireland tend not to qualify, but they have this year.
And not dud, so yeah, all the home nations in. Will that change it? Will some of the home nations actually make it through? Who knows? Well, we'll find out next month, because we've still got some preliminaries to go, but we'll see you next week for our next qualifiers. Our next preliminaries, in fact. That's my phone going off. Bugger off, phone. Damn.
I mean, look, if they're all going to be like this, then I'm here for it. This is going to be insane.
Oh, yeah, bring it on. Well, next one's the Asian preliminaries, and we've got a couple of surprises there as well. But that is for 1 week's time. So that, folks, is the end of the European preliminaries for the 2024 Global Trophy, the 20th annual Global Trophy. I've been Masterath.
I've been Sven-Göran Eriksson.
And we will see you next week for the Asian Preliminary League. We'll see you then.